What's going on, y'all? What's going on? Saturday. I had looked for some reason. I don't know. I'm like, man, I'm getting ready for Sunday. No, Saturday. I'm like, man, let me hurry up. So we in here. Y'all know our weekly scouting report. The Detroit Lions versus the Dallas Cowboys. Now, looking at this team, it's going to provide some challenges. But also looking at this team, I'll go ahead and summarize it like this: what they do good at, we weak at. What we do good, they weak at. If I had to really go ahead and really break it down for y'all, this probably gonna be a shootout. I can see they expected the Miami Dolphins game to be a shootout, and it didn't come to fruition. But I believe this game against the Detroit Lions is going to be a shootout. I think it'd be probably better for the Dallas Cowboys if there was a little bit more points than usual for this game, to be honest with you. Because a low-scoring game, I don't think we execute at a high enough level at this point in time to be able to make them couple plays to come out victorious. Because if that was the case, we should have did that against the Miami Dolphins, and we didn't do that. But this Detroit team, I'm looking like people scared of this team or something. This team ain't nothing to be scared of. Is this team a solid team? Yeah, good team, playoff team. Yeah, we expected them. Y'all remember when we covered Detroit last year? We were like, Detroit, man, they a couple pieces away, man. They're gonna be all right. They're gonna be in the mix next year. And what do you know? We was right. But we're gonna get into this. First things first, y'all know we're gonna touch this offense. So, with this Detroit offense, the key players: Jahmyr Gibbs, David Montgomery, St. Brown, Amaron, whatever the hell his name is, Amaron St. Brown, and Sam Laporta. Now, y'all know I was very high on Sam Laporta coming in, and there was always talks about a tight end being taken. And one thing's for sure, y'all know when I did that Sam Laporta, when we covered him, I was like, man, that man stand out to me. Shoot, Sam Laporta is having an excellent year his rookie year at tight end. And probably eventually he will be a top 3 tight end in this league, if not the best in a few years. But that's just another challenge. But he is a rookie, but it's another challenge for the Dallas Cowboys D. Key matchups: our front seven versus them running backs, versus Gibbs, versus Montgomery. Also, whether it be Curse, my preference, Wanye on Sam Laporta. Looking at the past matchups though, of us going to get some high quality wide receivers in the AFC, this cornerback room has done an excellent job. So that's not my main concern, as it probably would have been before these couple games. They've done an excellent job. Now I know Tyreek had like 100 though, but it was a different 100. You wasn't 100 like, damn, he getting cooked 100. It was 100 like, within the game, they gonna get it up. It's Tyreek, you're not gonna give a big play. It's part of the defense, part of the scheme. And I believe that our cornerbacks will do a nice job on Amaron St. Brown. Because to be honest with you, other than Amaron St. Brown and Laporta, the wide receivers is They ain't no factor. Yeah, they got Reynolds that came from the Rams with Goff. But other than that, wide receiver core really ain't no factor. But let's dig into this. So we all know that the Detroit Lions wants to run the ball. They want to protect Jared Goff, keep him in a game manager type role. Just make the necessary plays to win. And for the most part this season, that has been a success. It's the offensive coordinator, I believe is Ben Johnson, has done a good job in kind of mimicking his role when he was with the Rams in that Super Bowl, when them going to the Super Bowl, right? Y'all know a big part of them making it was Gurley, CJ Anderson, right? And they gave us work. Moving on. Goff didn't have to do nothing. I believe what was it? CJ and them had over 200 some yards rushing. CJ had a big game, I believe. I remember that. But looking at the Detroit Lions, give me memories of that Rams team and how Jared Goff was effective in being in that type of situation, and that's exactly what the Detroit Lions does in this situation. Now Jared Goff, let's be honest with you, he's not that good of a quarterback. He's not a horrible quarterback. He's like average. Right? He's just good enough. He's good enough to get him to where he's at now. But if he has to play make, he can't do that. But if they having success running the ball and he got the check downs available to him, he's good enough. Which leads me to what I wanted to say next. I believe this Dallas Cowboys defense need to take them easy throws away. I watched the Chicago Bears game and I watched the Minnesota Vikings game. I watched the Chicago Bears game because Bears beat them twice. And I wanted to see what the Bears did for them to beat them twice, with the Bears being a horrific team that they are. And I wanted to see how the Minnesota Vikings did because I believe Nick Mullins hit about 400 on them. So I wanted to see. And so I came to this conclusion as we discussing now. But I can assure you that this team needs to take away the easy, comfortable throws. And the easy, comfortable throws is Laporta, whether he's lining up at tight or whether he's lining up in a slot. When it inside quick, they need to take that away. So your linebackers is going to be key. Jahmyr Gibbs in a flat. Jahmyr Gibbs quick. Texas, whatever the case may be, take that away. Take away the throw to the running back. Make Jared Goff push the ball downfield. Because if you make Jared Goff push the ball downfield, there was a whole lot of room to take advantage of that. Looking at the Bears game, especially that Bears game, man, Jared Goff should have had like 5 picks. Jared Goff, if you make Jared Goff a deep ball passer and push that ball downfield, there's a whole lot of opportunities. And if this is going to be a shootout type of game, then every turnover that you can get, or even getting a turnover or two, is probably going to be the difference between whether you win or lose in this game. You see how I envision it, y'all, is it being a shootout. The Detroit Lions have success running the ball, and the Cowboys have success passing the ball. But we'll get into that in a little bit. Detroit Lions, of course, I would expect for Dan Campbell and company to take on a formula that the Niners, the Bills, the Cardinals have took, which is to run at the Cowboys, which is to run at Micah Parsons. Whether Micah and them want to admit it or not, a lot of them chunk runs that the Miami Dolphins had. Now, it wasn't as bad as the previous week, but when they did have the bigger runs, it was on Micah's side at defensive end. See, Micah has a problem in squeezing stuff down and wrong arming. He has a and y'all know I've been talking about this since the season started. He is having a problem in wrong arming and squeezing this stuff down, which is creating lanes that if he did that, you will probably see 2nd and 9, a loss, no gain. Instead, since he doesn't do that, you get 5 yards, you get 8 yards, you get 7, 10. Just something that's just as simple as that, which is defensive end one-on-one, is stopping you from even having more success. I wouldn't say successful, or at least being a little bit better if you're going to put Micah Parsons at DN in the run game. Now, I was talking to my brother, and he made an excellent point. He said that, hey, you do got an OG on your team, which is DeMarcus Lawrence. And now, look, your coaching may not be teaching them how to squeeze, but DeMarcus Lawrence squeezes. He know how to squeeze. Why he not going ahead and holding him accountable on him doing his defensive end duties if he gonna be a defensive end? I was like, you know what, brother, you make a good point, and that is the truth. Because one thing's for sure, as a teammate, you got to go ahead and reach out to also make your teammate better. If you can provide some type of information, some type of game to make your teammate better, it's a must that you do that. So I don't know if he has or hasn't, but whether he has or hasn't, and I'm gonna go ahead and go on to and say that I don't think he had. I don't think he had. He'll go to where? He'll go to Andrew Whitworth, but you got a real bump. But you got somebody that's similar to you. You know, like Lawrence. Even though Lawrence is stronger core wise, and you know Lawrence kind of like similar types. Now Lawrence he's bigger. Don't get it wrong, he's bigger, but it's kind of you get what I'm saying. The frames is not all the way off, but the desire is, the mindset is, not just the physical, but that is too. And I'm sorry if I got DeMarcus Lawrence on my team. I'm trying to get that game. But anywho, so when it comes down to them attacking the run, how it is Montgomery. He's going to be in between a tackle. You got to worry about him in between the tackle. And Jahmyr Gibbs, you got to worry about him on the perimeter. And they mix both of them in pretty solid. And that's where they at right now, which is division winners. Because they've been using that formula for pretty much all year. And it has worked. I know many said that Jahmyr Gibbs was better than Bijan, but we all knew that was cap. But one thing that Jahmyr does is do what he do, which is make explosive plays. And I think, if anything, even though Gibbs can really put pressure on his team on the perimeter, I believe that probably the number one running back that you need to worry about this game is David Montgomery. Because one thing's for sure, the Dallas Cowboys can go ahead and be decent against the run when it's going east and west, as you can see against the Miami Dolphins. But one thing the Dallas Cowboys have trouble with is the runs coming straight at them. When it's mano a mano, man on man. And that's what David Montgomery does best. So if I had to tell you a running back who's probably going to have the most success in this game, I'd probably tell you it'd be David Montgomery. Because I wouldn't see why you wouldn't run at him. Now, I'm pretty sure Jahmyr Gibbs, they probably going to use him too. But I think David Montgomery going to go ahead and run at you. And with this unfortunate loss that we got with Rashaan Evans, it's not looking too good at linebacker. And not having Hank this game, it's really going to hurt. Because we know that Mozzie Smith going to be at them gap. This is not a Neville Gallimore game. Now, this could possibly be a Carl Davis game, even though he really hasn't been playing. He really hasn't been playing up to par. We'll be honest. I haven't really seen too many good things in regards to him. Now, I haven't really been paying attention to him thoroughly like I do others. But from what I've seen, I haven't really seen too much to like, man, we might need to put a little bit more Carl Davis in it. So I think it's just been kind of a wash, like it's just a body type thing for right now, if I had to be honest with you in that regard. But yeah, that's how they're gonna come at you in the run game. And I believe that you're gonna get a heavy dose of it. Passing wise, as I stated, he want the short, they want the easy throws, they want the quick throws, they want to get the ball out of his hand. Because one thing's for sure, Jared Goff got happy feet. When you touch Jared Goff, he gets rattled. Uh, and he's a sitting duck. He ain't the most mobile quarterback. He's not gonna take off like an Allen. you know, Tua probably got more mobility than him, so you can get to him. If you can get to him quick, you can bend that edge. More power to you. But guess what though? If you're gonna bend that edge, you can't give him a pocket to step up. And ever since Hank has been gone, we haven't been pushing the pocket effectively. So if we're not pushing the pocket and you got people like Micah and company screaming off the edge, guess what? He can still step in and make that quick throw. He can still step in and get rid of the ball or whatever the case may be. And now you mentioned big plays because of your lack of push in the pocket. So it's very simple though when it comes down to this offense. Well, really attacking this team in general is really simple, right? Um, I can't tell you stop the run because we haven't had capability to stop the run yet. But let's just at least be okay against the run. Because if we could at least be okay against the run, we can win this game. I believe we will win this game. Like I said, I think it's going to be more in a shootout fashion, but I believe we're going to win this game. I don't see Detroit really being a. I don't see Detroit really. This is going to be a good game. I think it's probably going to be one of the better games that we have watched this season. But I don't I don't foresee Detroit beating us. And if they do, man, that's disappointing to be honest with you. Yeah, Detroit a good team, but you should beat Detroit. Especially when their weaknesses is your strength and vice versa. Come on, bro. This is a game. Well, we'll we'll touch it, but we're gonna have Dak in mind. But yeah, man, that's where it's at. You're gonna see a lot of 11 personnel. You're gonna see a lot of four wide, and then you're gonna see 12 personnel, and even 12 personnel that get the ball out quick to St. Brown. But you're gonna see a lot of that, and I wouldn't be surprised if you see that 12 personnel and they just run straight at you with David Montgomery. You know, but yeah, I would love a whole lot of Wanye on Laporta because he gonna get curse work. Curse can't mess with him, man. He gonna get curse work. That boy damn near a wide receiver at tight end. He gonna get curse work. So I would advise for to go ahead and not only call on Todd Rowe, but for you to call on Israel Mukwamo and for you to go ahead and call on Wanye Thomas. If we're gonna keep it a stack here, y'all. If we're gonna keep it a stack. I'm not too now. Look, I'm Ron St. Brown. He a good wide receiver, but I'm not too concerned with him. To be honest with you, I think we'll handle him. My main concern is stopping his run and stopping Sam Laporta. Them is my priorities in this game. And touching Jared Goff. That's my those are my concerns. But let's go ahead and go into this defense though. The key players for the defense is Hutchinson and Brian Branch. Uh, I didn't see available. I think he got hurt, but he was a big boy that I kind of wanted when he came out. Aleem McNeil. I didn't see him on the thing, so maybe he hurt. But if he is, you could probably put him in there, but I don't think he is. I know I see. I don't know if he's still on the roster though, but I seen our boy though. I believe I seen him on Thanksgiving. Bohannon. So I don't know if he's still on the roster, but that'll be interesting. But to be honest with you, it's just them two players. on this defense that are really that you can call difference makers. Now I know they got some good linebackers. A linebacker that I liked, which is Jack Campbell, and they got a good linebacker, Alex Anzalone. But they're good, they're solid, but I wouldn't call them like, man, I'm about to lose sleep over these boys. Nah. Who the real factors is Hutchinson and Brian Branch. And I'll be honest with you, if I would get the Terrence Steele that I got before injury, I wouldn't even have Hutchinson as an issue in this game, to be honest with you. But because Terrence Steele has sucked it up, he's a now I'm like, all right, you know. But the key matchups is Terrence Steele and Hutchinson, and the key matchup is Branch and him, whether he be on a nickel, lined up in a slot, which I hope, because CD should be in a slot and cook his ass. But Brian Branch on your tight end, I would expect him more on a tight end because look, Brian Branch has been very good for that defense and very good in the nickel. But let's be honest with you, he can't guard CeeDee Lamb. So I would expect him to, you know what I mean, take more of that tight end out, put more of that tight end. But yeah, so let's be honest here, y'all, right? Looking at that Bears game, they struggle with Justin Fields' mobility. They struggled real bad when he extended plays and he scrambled. Now I know Dak want to sit over there and talk about how he not no running quarterback. Look, you gotta do what you gotta do. If you're a winner, this is the game for Dak to use his legs. This is a game that I would like Dak to have 7+ carries, whether it be on call runs or whether it be just on him improvising. Dak need to run the damn ball because Dak can have a lot of success running the ball like he did with Fields. And bro, I don't care what you say, Dak, but even though you're doing a better job in scrambling, now there's some games that we don't need you to scramble, and there's some games that we do. I believe this game, you probably need to scramble. I believe you need to take off. And if you don't take off, that's just you being hard here. You thinking that you're a goddamn pocket quarterback, but you really not, though, my boy. You know, like I said, this is probably your best year that you have had as a Cowboy. I would not take that away from you, my guy. However, winners make winning plays. You can look at it from the Baltimore Ravens point of view. We know that Lamar likes to make plays. What Lamar did what Dak and them didn't do. Let's be honest with you. Check this out, right? The 49ers said, let's make Dak Prescott beat us. And I know from the game plan, off the rip, I didn't even have to know it to know that they want Lamar Jackson to beat them passing. And that's exactly what Lamar did. Beat them passing. If you look at their rush numbers, it was very underwhelming. And they still won. It wasn't nothing complex. He took what they gave him and he made the necessary plays. And when they lost contain, he made them pay. Lamar played an excellent game, probably the best game I've ever seen that boy play. And to be honest with you, Dak Prescott now and on needs to give us the best Dak Prescott that we have ever seen. We know Dak Prescott can push the ball downfield, but Dak Prescott need to use them damn legs and make plays. Or you can't be crying talking about he a game manager. Because a game manager they not gonna go ahead and have that identity. They're not gonna have that mindset that, hey, today they need my legs today. So I'm gonna give them my legs. Today, they need my arm today. So I'm gonna give them my arm today. Dak don't got that mindset, bro. No matter how good he playing. Prove me wrong, Dak. I know you listening. I know a lot of y'all listening over there in that Cowboys team, my guy. Y'all know I'm telling the truth. You know I'm telling the damn truth. I even seen in that Chicago game DJ Moore about 2-3 carries. And he scored once on a touchdown on a little end around. He faked it going back and he scored. You know what I got in my mind? I got CD in mind. Because we've been giving CD a lot more carries. I like it. And Turpin. Now I would sit over there and tell you to put TP on some linebackers because I don't think Agazaloni or Jack Campbell can bang with TP in the passing game. But that has not been in our game plan, uh, a staple in our game plan all year. So I wouldn't expect it to be in there today or Saturday. But who knows, y'all? Who knows? Uh, Look, the secondary is weak. Cameron Sutton, barbecue chicken. I was seeing Jefferson and company uh, in the slot running post routes, cooking them. They was running a lot of post routes in the slot, cooking them. So y'all know what I got in my mind. I got Cooks. I got Cooks in mind in the slot, running post routes, cooking them. CD running post routes, cooking them. That's what I got in my mind, y'all. That post route needed to be a staple because it was giving them boys real problems. Nick Mullins put up 400 on that team, though, man. 400, and I don't think Addison played either. They weren't even at full strength, and Hawkinson got hurt, and they had an opportunity at the end to win the game. Now, of course, they threw a pick, but their front seven, solid, good. They're solid against the run. The games that I watched, I didn't really see too much to give a. Lamar, it was a bad game when they went against the Baltimore Ravens, but for the most part, I've been seeing them solid against the run. Where they're weak at is one, against the pass, and two, pressure. They're gonna have to bring pressure, yo, because their only real rusher is Aiden Hutchinson, from what I'm seeing. Let me confirm that. Give me a second. Let me confirm that. Because they don't get no, even if they do they don't get no pressure. They for sure don't get no pressure if it ain't Hayden. Yeah, facts. Kaminsky and Pascal, Charles Hitton, yeah. That ain't nothing. Got my boy at linebacker, Malcolm Rodriguez, but I ain't gonna say nothing right now, y'all. But yeah, man. It's barbecue chicken in that secondary. Cameron Sutton, barbecue chicken. And there was a name, I wrote it down. What's his name? What's that boy name that got cooked? Dorsey, DB. It was in the slot, and they was in man, and pretty much foot speed, he got cooked. So if they gonna go ahead, man, I'm looking at Dorsey barbecue chicken. But even though they're good against the run, I mean, we don't run the ball, so that ain't nothing. They're bad at what we're good at. So that's where the shootout gonna come. That's what I'm saying. Like, they're good at what we're bad at, and we're good at what they're bad at. That seems like a shootout to me. What, like a 31-27 game or something? It's gonna be. I believe it's gonna be some points, and I believe we at home too. I believe it's gonna be some points, y'all. I believe it's gonna be some points. But no pass rush. Can't let Terrence Steele lose the game for you. So you're gonna have to mess around and give Terrence Steele some help. You're gonna have to chip. And get that boy some help. Because if you can get Terrence Steele some help and you keep Hutchinson out that quarterback, we good. But Dak Prescott should be able to keep an eye on that and then use his legs to get up out of there. But yeah, man, we got to keep Aiden Hutchinson off that quarterback. Straight up. But yeah, they get carved up, and they get carved up pretty bad. Pretty damn bad. We have the perfect team. We have let's say this. We have the perfect offense to put up 30 points on them. We should have put up 30 against the Miami Dolphins, to be honest with you. What I seen. And we definitely should put up 30 points against the secondary. Their secondary is trash. It's trash. That's the weakness. As you can see, to let a quarterback like Mullins put up 400 on you. And if Dak Prescott can't go crazy, man, come on. But yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. There ain't no, they'll probably send some slot blitzes at you. They gonna try to be creative and heat you up. They're gonna probably bring them slot blitzes on you. So I expect that. I expect some stunts in certain situations. I seen it with Nick Mullins when they went against Nick Mullins, but man, it's, for the most part, it's barbecue chicken, y'all. It's really barbecue chicken. But look, this is a must-win game. I'm not even talking on no try to win the division. We should have took care of that. It is what it is. We in the dance, and that's all that matters. I don't care if we're away or home. I don't care about none of that. I care about getting our minds right. I care about getting our game right, doing the right things, doing the things that winning teams win. Can I see some physicality this game? Can I please see some physicality this game? Please. And look, to be honest with you, any sane person would understand this, but you have no choice, really. You have to be one stubborn ass defensive coordinator, one dumbass D coordinator, not to go ahead and give Micah a whole lot more snaps, even from the Miami Dolphins at linebacker this game. You have to be one dumbass off a defensive coordinator. As you can see, Micah gave you Micah was linebacker, it looked real solid. It looked real good. It looked good. Micah's your best linebacker. But Micah at DN, let's let that go. Not saying not rush him when it's time to rush there. I'm not saying that. Not saying not bring the heat. Not saying let's not rush him on A gap. But Micah at DN over and over and over again, let's be done with that idea. It's not working. And let's be honest with you, it's part of the reason why your run defense is trash. They're not going to tell you that. They're not going to admit that. They're not going to go ahead, because I can really go ahead and go back to that Miami Dolphin film, and I can go ahead and point you a lot of plays where if Micah Parsons would have did his job, that he wouldn't got that many yards. Not saying Micah a bad player, but I'm saying Micah's a bad defensive end. He can sit over there try to compare himself to other pressure players, but guess what? Them other pressure players, they do better against the run. I heard, man, I was listening to, I think it was a Mike McCarthy interview, the press conference. And I believe that Micah has got 3 calls to the league in 7. That's not that many calls, my G. That's like a 4-call difference. And them is real. That's not that many. And them real bona fide people. It's not that big of a difference. I mean, at the end of the day, you gotta stop crying like a little sucker and play ball. You know the league wants points. You know it's a business. You know it's politics with this stuff. While you out here crying on social media, on the Bleacher Report every week about a call, bro, how about you come sit over there and point out your weak-ass run defense instead of sitting over there crying, man? Like, hold your goddamn self accountable. Like, he always talking like he's superior or some shit. In all reality, Micah, like I said, you a lion untouched, my G. So quit that BS, man, and play ball, man. That's soft, man. Like, you be doing all that talking, man. Come on, bro. I'm not saying you can't have your little podcast or whatever you doing. I'm not saying not to get your money and build your brand. But I'm saying quit crying, though. Play ball. Especially if you talking this line like you hunting real stuff, man. I seen look, hey, I keep that, hey, I keep it real. And I love that Rob Gronkowski said it because it's the truth. Because this is coming from a winner. How many Super Bowls Rob got? Like 3, 4? What you talking about? Rob told that boy this, and it was nothing far from the truth. He said, losers worry about winners, and winners worry about winning. I'm gonna say it again. He said, losers worried about winners, and winners worried about winning. What come out his mouth that tell you he worried about winning? It's either, oh, we didn't give up that many blue plays. Oh, we'll turn it around. Oh, I thought it wasn't that bad. Oh man, I can't get a call. It's frustrating. Oh, we're going to be in the Super Bowl. But when you hear somebody like Patrick Queen and them talk, they be like, man, we came out. We know what type of brand of football we want to play. All that cute stuff that you want to do, man. We try to knock your head off. And football, that's the talk of a football player. You can go from the beginning to the 9th inning and hear football players talk like that. And that's exactly why the Baltimore Ravens is the best team in the league, because they got players like that. Look at their players compared to our players. Look at the mindset. Look at the facial expression. Where the thugs at? You can't even have no thugs on this team. You get it, man. That boy Rashawn Evans had a QP, and that boy get cut after the QP. Come on, man. And you wonder why we soft. Look at the mindset. Look, we come on, bro. You know what I really want to say. We ain't got no thugs. We ain't got no thugs. Where your thugs at? You got thug at linebacker? No. Where your thugs at? You ain't got no thugs. CD, my boy though, but with the way he be flicking his hair and shit. Oh my god, bro. Where your thugs at? I'm telling you, if you had a few thugs on that team, I guarantee you the mindset of a few of them players will change. You ain't got no thugs. You ain't got no thugs. That's why man, and that make a difference. That make a difference. That make a huge difference. You know what I mean? So, because let's be honest with you, right? As much as we acknowledge that Micah's a good player, let's be honest with you, we'll still be in the playoffs without Micah. I can guarantee you that. I can guarantee you we'll still be in the playoffs without Micah. Jay Bird! Ferguson the closest thing. Facts. Facts. This is gonna have to change. Like this mindset gonna have to change because it's playoff time now. We got 2 more games. And I'll always go back to that comparison with that Colts team when they were so horrific in the run game, and all of a sudden in the playoffs they changed it. Now I'm not saying that's gonna be us, but their mindset gotta change. It gotta change toward the game. Gotta be selfless. We're not. And on that right now on that defense, we selfish. We selfish. And to be honest with you, they said all the good things in the beginning of the season. Oh, we got to earn the right to rush and the run. Where is all the run game talk that we used to hear towards the beginning? That has disappeared. Now we didn't give up that many big plays. Like, what's going on? Everybody got their weakness. Everybody has their weakness. But come on. Mindset has got to change. Got to change. If you won't change. It's got to change. And right now, I'm telling you, I see some things up top that is just so crazy to me. I'm seeing Dan like Dan Quinn hella stubborn. He don't hold. I know he not hold no players accountable. To me, I see a whole bunch of players on that front seven doing what they want to do. They doing what they want to do. You got, I can tell you off the rip, you got three probably team first players on that defensive line. Osa, Tank, and Hank. And their play proves that. When have you ever heard Osa talk about sacks? I barely hear him even talk. What you hear Hank talk about? What you hear Tank talk about? Now, go look at what them other selfish players talk about. And you got to point the finger, because if you keep allowing this to happen, it's gonna get worse. Not even through this season, but on to future seasons. Facts. This is that D-line coach. I ain't gonna lie, I ain't feeling him. That linebacker coach, I'm not feeling him. Man, you had a real thumper come up in here, and you made him into another Damone Clark. That's crazy to me. That's crazy how the hell he come from 100 and something tackles, a tackling machine from the Atlanta Falcons, to coming over here and blending in. Up front, you take on the identity of your coaches. You do. So what Dan Quinn giving us? If we leading in penalties, what Mike giving us? Right? I like Mike though, but Mike got to be held accountable on some of the things too. Now, like I said, I understand that we wasn't going to be perfect. I understand that we're going to have our weaknesses, and I understand we weren't going to win every game. But we have been in the playoffs in back-to-back years. This is the third time around. We're pretty much your same core. You lost to the same team back-to-back years. You know what it's like to go against that physicality. You know what it's like. You know what it's like to lose. Now we didn't got this experience against better teams to get that higher level of preparation, to get that higher level of play. Regardless of whether we win, lose this game or to the next, this team should be ready. You're seeing 3 playoff teams back to back. I wouldn't have it no type of way other than how we getting it right now. So strap up, ladies and gentlemen, because I think this is going to be a shootout on Saturday. I think it's going to be a Saturday shootout. What is it? New Year's Eve or something? Is it a New Year's Eve game? Strap up, ladies and gentlemen, because I think this is going to be a shootout. I think the Dallas Cowboys do win this game, though. And I kind of be shocked if they don't, to be honest with you, even with the Lions being a solid team. But that's just how I'm viewing it, how I'm looking at the tape, how I've been looking at the Lions, and how I know my Cowboys. But all right, y'all, man, I'm up out of here. Appreciate y'all for coming through. Please hit the like button before y'all leave. And on to the next one. See y'all soon.